How you doing there, ADOS? This is B-Jax with Black Views today, and just want to tip my hat to all the beautiful black people out there. Well, today I have an interesting story. Basically, it's really not a story. It's my commentary about, of course, everybody's been keeping up with the Amber Geiger case. She was found guilty, and she was sentenced to 10 years. What I really want to talk about is man, it's really hard to kind of explain this, but this case was essentially a slap in the face to ADOS, or whoever's out, anybody out here that comes across the police and they are sent to their demise. Because you actually have a case where a police officer was brought to trial for murder. Murder. Not manslaughter, not murder two, not murder three, murder. Okay, and she was found guilty. Now, as you look, excuse me, hold on. Now, as you look here, you can look and see all the pictures that I have here, and you look and see all the pretty much people that are involved here. You see the judge, you see the bailiff, you see the defendant, and you see the plaintiff's or the deceased little brother here. And what's amazing to me is that he finds his heart to say that he forgives her and gives her a hug. Man, this is this straight bullshit, and I'm sorry. I don't get paid to do these videos. Okay, I'm not compensated whatsoever. There's no influence here. There's no one pushing a narrative. This is all from me, baby, and my views and how I see it. So there may be some people out there that may be sensitive to this white bunny right here, but I'm not. This is bullshit. This white police officer, okay, busted open the door, removed her revolver from her sidearm, took time, according to her testimony, to say, "Show me your hands." Now, you pull your weapon, your eyes are open, obviously, and you say, "Show me your hands." You had time to do all that, and from that time, your senses didn't kick in to say, "This ain't my place. Oh shit, this don't even smell like my place. Oh, my TV's not over there like that. What's this? That couch is not mine." All the shit she could have been looking at and initially seen when she opened the door, like anybody else. I made a mistake before. I walked in on people and I'm like, "Oh shit," and I back up. Even if I'm unsure, I see people in here, I back up. Let me see what's going on. And just like she should have did, backed out, looked at the door number, used her senses to immediately bring her to the reality that she was not on her floor. Now, she's a trained police officer, okay? So she should be held to the highest standards because she was trained by her state, county, or city. Okay, so in order to be a police officer, they deem you an expert. Okay, they deem you a gun expert. Why? Because you have a damn gun in your hand. You're supposed to be able to use that revolver. You're supposed to be able to break it down, clean it. You're supposed to be able to, that revolver is your buddy. Now, whether you're handling it in the street every day, this is a weapon you should be handling as much as you can in your own time. Holding this gun in your hand, pulling that, drawing a gun, doing dry fire. Why I know this? I was never in law enforcement, but I was in military services and I've been properly trained. Matter of fact, an expert with the 9mm or with the handgun. So when you're pulling that revolver, you're watching your target. As you're watching your target, you not should be leaving your target. You should be your eyes should be identifying things in the area, things in the room that bring you to your senses to give you enough information to neutralize the threat, de-escalate the threat. Pulling a firearm is not always about shooting an individual. Sometimes the firearm by itself can de-escalate a situation. Okay, but she claimed that she didn't know all this shit. She didn't have no senses what was happening. She had enough senses to call 911. She had enough senses to walk out of that room and leave that man there to suffer those wounds. She did not apply CPR. So, she had combat care packages that were never used. So she did not try her best to protect and serve as a police officer. And because of that, someone lost their lives. So basically, this individual should basically be carried to the fullest extent of the law. In fact, she was found guilty of murder. Okay, they didn't say, well, we can't find her guilty of murder, so let's give her a lesser charge. We do want her. No, she was found guilty of murder, busting this man's house. They keep saying it over and over. What if this was reversed? You already know. We ain't even got to ask these questions, man. You know, the thing about, you know, America and the white media is that they ask questions that all answer is already there for. And they play into the minds of weak people. Well, maybe shit, yo. Listen, when it comes down to crime, and when it comes down to black people doing crime, you don't see the judge hugging and shit. You don't see the bailiff, you know, wiping lint off my shoulder. Look, when I go to court for child support, there's no mercy like this. And I didn't murder nobody. Okay, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be nothing but love in there, right? We family services. Even in family service court, you don't get this kind of I mean, I don't understand this shit. Botha lost his life. And he lost his life because of her goddamn stupidity. What does she need a hug for? She's shown in her testimony, not just her testimony, but investigations, background investigations, that she's a racist. No, she didn't say she was a racist, but all the things that came up, all her social media site, with her friends, the texts and things like that, with other officers and so forth, proves that she's a racist. Why do we have to play this game? And then you got Mammy Tammy the judge. Yes, that's what she's a goddamn mammy, man. And she just set her motherfucking ass down and let the damn trial go as it's supposed to go, like every other fucking judge does. He sit back and let the proceedings happen, and he just makes sure there's no bullshit going on. You know, it's one thing, okay, which is still hard to say, yeah, you can go ahead and hug this motherfucking monster. But it's another thing for the goddamn judge to step down off of that damn panel and hug the defendant, the murderer of another man. If this were the other way around, they'll be taking every opportunity to call this individual a monster. I hope you rot in hell like you did my brother. But this guy comes up, super coon ass, comes up and just and gives her a hug. Speaking of, he hopes everything good happens in her life. It's just some shit that shouldn't be said, bruh. Even if you felt that way in your heart, you got to think about other people. You have to think about your family as a whole and your goddamn brother. Do you think your brother wanted to be shot like that, like an animal in his own house? You got to think like that, man. At what point do you come to where now you just want to hug the motherfucker that shot your brother? I don't get it. But once again, and it's been said in other reports, not just me. B-Jack's not saying this, but other people have said it, and I can say it too, based on observation. Botha was a coon. His brother's a coon. This all shit comes from coonery right down to the bone. Ain't no way in hell I need to be feeling sorry for this lady right here who runs her mouth. Look, these are her actions. This lady was old enough to join the police department, to fight crime, to arrest criminals. She should be old enough to take this beef she about to get. 10 years for murder, man. And we got black kids that go to jail and do 20 years. There's nowhere near this type of carnage. And I'm just saying, man, we live in a society where we kill ourselves, bro. These black people for themselves, man. She gonna run around and she gonna play in this white girl hair like she never seen white girl hair before. Like, are you serious? I wouldn't touch that animal. She's an animal. Think about it. A female animal. She's a fucking female animal. A female. Bust open the door. 2 shots, baby. Especially if you see a door that supposedly she said was ajar and shit. Like your observation skills are basic, especially if the door was ajar. Your observation skills should have been on point. Like, damn, it's a jar. So I got an opportunity. Why am I doing like this? I stick my head in. I'm looking around. She immediately has said, "This ain't my place." I know I locked my door when I left. This is not mine. When she put the key fob on it, if the door was open, it wouldn't have given you a green signal saying that you're good to go. It would have stayed red because the door is open. I know this because I work in IT. Those logs, some electronic logs, come off them locks. Okay, if the door is already open, you can't get a log for a fob sweep when it's already open. If anything, the log you're going to get is if the door is already open, but it's not going to give you a green when it's already open. So this is bullshit, man. And once again, it's bullshit that we got to look at. And he wants to go out here and hug this stinking ass monster, man. This is crazy, man. Look at the judge, man. Look at that shit. Ain't no way in the world you get this much love for murder in court. She cried, and what this shows right here now is that this is a whole new level of shit going on here. What this shows right here now is that, okay, you know, they bit a little bit because she actually went to trial for murder. Okay, but now they're going to say 10 years is going to now be the mark for this is straight up murder, man. This ain't even like you know, you was struggling with a person and they died, or an illegal chokehold. This the two back bang bang like a gangster, bang bang, hit this motherfucker. Didn't take no time to find out. He obviously didn't have a weapon in his hand. What the hell were you looking at? Bang bang. So that leaves open the narrative that it's possible that it was a hit. I can't go deep into that. I don't have information to support that. There's been reports that the defendant, I'm sorry, the plaintiff, the deceased, didn't have no black friends. I know, listen, I know of niggas like this because I work in IT. I see them come from all over the world. They come in, they get certified, they get good jobs, man. And they believe, and then they begin to isolate themselves from other black people and surround themselves with white people, because the notion is if you surround yourself with them, then you'll have success. But what he doesn't realize is that hanging with them, the possibility of your death will come about. Separate yourself, man. He didn't have any black friends. Just look at this whole shit. And then his brother comes along and look at the hug, bro. This not even like a hug like, I hope you get your life together. This a hug like he wanted to, like, yeah, I want to feel this shit. You killed my brother, so now you owe me. Like, what the fuck is this, man? I just found this to be so hard. Do you see the white police officer getting up, hugging anybody? Use your observation skills. It's black people cooning all day. Black people out here fishing for hugs, man. Black people out here looking for acceptance from a people that don't love you. They don't care for you. And because of that, you're sitting up here mammified, trying to get some love out of something that doesn't love you. And then right down to the death, man. You can't even turn your nose to these people. You got to tell her how much you love her. You're not speaking for your family. You're speaking for you. What kind of shit is this, man? Was this for a job interview? What was this for, man? Damn. They started out good. Mama was talking big shit. She's a devil. All this good shit, man. You see what I'm saying? We thought we got her for murder. Boom. Found guilty. Boom. Let's listen to the sentence. I'm thinking at least 20 years. Like, that's even some half-baked shit to think, yeah, it's going to give her 20 years. But I'm thinking, yeah, because she's a police, they're going to save her ass. They're going to give her 20 years. They get this whole 10. 10 years for a double tap murder. You got off 2 rounds. You couldn't tell he didn't have, obviously you couldn't tell he didn't have anything in his hand because you got off 2 rounds. I think just pulling the service revolver and letting him see that thing going to his dome or point towards his body would have stopped him. Obviously, this wasn't an aggressive brother. He probably wasn't even an alpha male. But he looked like a soft brother. That's how he looked. He just looked like a soft brother that just wanted to make a way for himself. But sometimes this is how the Lord pass on judgment too. Well, I didn't want to really talk about this too much because it's a whole lot of information and you can see for your eyes. But it does pain me that this morning I'm listening to radio stations and they give way to shit like this, man. Well, I don't know because they're getting fucking paid. They're getting fucking paid to make this shit sound like, oh, well, if he truly forgave her, yeah, he fully. No, this is bullshit, man. That forgiving shit is not for the enemy. That forgiving shit is for your brother. You're supposed to forgive your brother, not the enemy, not the police who's out here trying to kill you. She wasn't concerned about enforcing the law. She was concerned about killing. That was on her mind, killing. I'm trying to tell you. If you've been properly trained with any weapon, you must understand what comes with a deadly weapon. You must understand that when I pull this weapon, there's no going back. When I bust off these rounds, there's no going back. But what Amber Geiger saw was a nigga. And maybe she thought it was her house. I don't know. Let's just say she thought it was her house. She saw a nigga and wanted to put him down. Period. Period. And now she gets hugs and shit from the judge. From the brother of the man you killed. The goddamn bailiff who don't do none of this shit. The bailiff sits back and watch and assists the judge. And here you go. You wiping her motherfucking hair. I don't give a fuck if she had gum in her hair, if she had shit in her hair, if she had piss in her hair. What are you touching her for? She's on trial for murder. Well, ADOS, it's obvious that they weren't ADOS. But look how they get support from us. Just think about it for a second. Every black person watching this, they get support from us. When I say support, not necessarily being there, but we're all concerned with the case. We are concerned about the justice for this young man that was sitting there minding his motherfucking business, watching Thursday night football, eating ice cream. For somebody to bust open his damn door, shoot him twice, and then he did, and now we talking about sympathy for this white hussy. Yeah, she's a hussy. She's a hoe, man. She over here trading dick pics with another police officer. This is why she's distracted from being able to find out where the hell she at. Supposedly she's disoriented, but she gonna pull a weapon and bust off 2 rounds. Bust off 2 rounds. Hey, if you open the door and you see people you don't know, the first thing you do is you step back and verify if there's no threat. Listen, you said, show me your hands. That means that you couldn't see his hands. You had enough time to look. You could have stepped back. Now, it's different if Amber Geiger was in the house and both open her door. Then you can kind of see where it's like she's defending her domain. She's defending. There's no other way out, just that front door. So then I can understand because her back is against the wall. There's no other way out. Boom, boom, I'm busting them. Neutralize the threat. But no, your back is to all of the world. And that little place inside, you could have stepped back. Be professional. But because of her lack of professionalism, someone died. She did not use her training. And then, after the young man was hit, she did not do any CPR. I find it hard to believe that you know how to shoot and wound and kill, but you have no essence to perform CPR. And then after that, it was shown and proved that she's still texting co-workers for sex and to go out, get drunk, things that have nothing to do with Listen, you just killed someone. My frame of mind would have been, man, you know what? Let me draw my attention to this individual. I want this individual to live. I made a mistake. So my mind would be all on that, not on anything else. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my job. Like what? You know what I'm saying? Are you at like, this was an animal or something, a dog or some shit? You see what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna lose my job for this. No, you killed a human being. 100% of your focus and attention should have been to the wounded individual, to make sure that he had as much comfort and care as he had, because you made a mistake. You made a mistake. But you showed time and time again in your testimony, prosecution, even with your own attorney, when you answered these questions, it showed nothing but selfish and self-concern. After you shot this man and realized this wasn't your apartment. Man, I'm telling you, man. And these type of MFs out here, they out here hiring for jobs, making over $100,000. They get to carry guns and shit. Like I don't understand. What's the psychological preference, man? Just don't like niggas. Just don't like crime. Be anti-black. Be accusative. Come to conclusions. These are all the things that's required to be a police officer. Be rough on niggas. Like, these police don't have nothing else to do, but they know they can fuck with black people, and it's okay, because they know you don't have the resources 9 times out of 10 to burn their ass. I'm saying, going to get an attorney, go and file a complaint. You got work to do. You have a job. You don't have money to pay for an attorney. You don't have extra money. You barely can keep the damn light bill on. Now I have to spend additional monies for services and tickets and so forth. This is the game that they play. That whole courtroom. Every lawyer in that courthouse is driving a Benz or living in a nice house because of someone's misfortune, man. At the end of the day, it's made this way. The game has to be like this. That's the money pot. The courthouse is the money pot for a lot of people. They're going up there every day looking for somebody's case, looking for somebody to exploit every day, man. This whole system is built upon keeping black people on their knees, man. And I got to watch him hug this furry animal. While she sit there with all these fake ass tears, I'm sitting there watching her, and I'm watching her cry on YouTube, supposedly crying, and ain't no damn tears coming out. It's fake, man. And that's all I'm saying. We ain't got to talk about it. Look at it. Look and see for your own eyes. These some weak ass black people who was anxious to love these crackers and show them love and give them all kind of, hugs. What is this, man? A black man died. Well, that was just my commentary, pretty much. I wanted to talk on this because this is a topic that's up right now, and it needs to be discussed. Like, people got to look at this for what it is, man, and they got to start saying to themselves, what the hell is going on, and start asking questions, man. ADOS, watch out for this. I know if this was ADOS, it would have been a whole. I ain't going down here hugging no motherfucking body, man. Why am I hugging somebody that brought death and carnage to my family? A young man, too, at that. I don't understand the psychological. This is Stockholm disease, man. You want to love some people that don't love you. And so you're going to even take an opportunity that's sensitive enough as this to try to get in good with these white people. Alright, guys, stay tuned for my other videos. I hope you like this video. If you want to comment on it or some information maybe I missed on it, I try not to go into stuff that was already being reported. I wanted to give my commentary on the observation on what we saw, give my professional opinion on how I feel this bitch should have got 40 years, because if you train and you've been on the force as long as she has, you should know better, man. I'm not going to get involved, if it was an actual hit. It could have been, but I'm only looking at the information that I have available to speak on. So, ADOS, stay sharp, man. And look at these examples and learn. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes the Lord put things before your eyes so you can see it. Have a good day, ADOS. Hey, if you like it, click like. If you want to share it, share it. If you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment so I can respond to you. so we can all share this information and we can talk. Thank you and have a great day.